Hi YouTube, I'm Taylor. Welcome to Ginger Next Door. In today's video I am going to be sharing with you how I curl my extensions. This is to help them blend better with my natural hair. This would work if you just have long hair as well. You don't necessarily have to have extensions to do this look, obviously. Or it would work on pretty much any length of hair, the way that I curl my hair. This is the way that I like to curl it when I want something super quick and a little bit more wavy and not really intense curly. If you would like to see that, which I'm assuming that you do because you clicked on this video, then just keep watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take out my hoops, because why would I put these in before doing my hair? Please hold. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is brush through my hair. As you can see, you can tell exactly where my extensions end because obviously my hair is two different lengths because I have extensions, which is why I wear my hair curled most of the time. I don't know why I said most of the time. I wear it curled all of the time unless I just throw it into a ponytail after blow drying it when it looks like this. Once I have brushed through, this is a wet brush by the way, I really like this for my natural hair and for my extensions. I feel like it works great and detangles really nicely. I'm going to just divide my hair into two sections. Sometimes I will divide it off and go from the bottom to the top and do smaller sections. I'm just going to take my two sections of hair today, and I'm working in curls away from my face. For today's tutorial I'm using a 1 1/4 inch Hot Tools curling iron. This is the kind that has a little flipper clamp on it, and this is an extended barrel. They have their regular size ones and then the extended barrels. I like to use the extended barrel when I do have my extensions in. I'm using the Hot Toddy heat protectant from Dry Bar. I'm going to shake this up a little bit, and I'm going to spray this onto the first half of my hair that I'm working with. And I take this mostly in the ends, but I do give it a little bit up towards the root, just a tiny bit, just for that heat protection. So I'm taking about a 1 inch section of hair. I don't want this to be too small and create really small curls, but I also don't want it to be too big to where I have to hold it in there a long time. So I'm starting a couple inches down from my head and wrapping it up the barrel, leaving this section out. And then I'm going to scoot the curling iron down and do the same thing. And I'm leaving out the bottom like 4 inches. I don't want a ton curled since I am going for a little bit looser, messy wave. And then I'm just letting that drop and sit there while it cools off. The reason I like to start closer to the root of my hair to curl my hair is because once I get to the end of where my natural hair is, it tends to want to fly out of the curling iron and then it's not getting curled, so then that's really straight. It's a whole thing. I curl my hair this way whether or not I have extensions, but with extensions especially, because it definitely does help so that you actually get your natural hair curled in there. So twisting that up. So you'll see what I'm talking about here in just 1 second. Pulling it down. See how this little piece flipped out of there? Since it was already on the curling wand, it had time to curl before it did that. So that's why I do it that way. And then leaving out a few inches at the bottom. Then obviously just continue that all the way to the front of the hair. I'm leaving out a pretty big chunk at the end. I've been really loving the way that this curls my hair. It just gives it kind of more of a wave and not a super intense curl, which I really have been enjoying lately. So this section is closer to the top of my hair. This one I will start a little bit closer to the root of my hair than I have been because I want a little bit more volume towards the top. I'm basically focusing the curl on the mid section of the hair and not so much towards the ends and not as much towards the top, if that makes sense. And then just letting it fall, throwing it back here out of the way. And then once I get to the very closest section to my face, I take this little front part where it's just my natural hair and pull that down because I do want to curl this one a little bit differently. And then for this very front section, I'm only just barely giving it a little bit of a bend. And pulling it down. I just like my little face framing sections to be a little bit looser curled, so it just gets a little bit of attention and not too much. And then at the bottom of some of the curls, just depending on the way that my hair dries, sometimes it's a little bit more frizzy at the ends or a little bit more wavy than I want it to be. So I'll just take my curling iron and just go over the very bottom of it. Today I didn't need to do that as much as I sometimes do since I did blow dry my hair. It dried pretty straight, so the ends weren't out of control like they sometimes tend to be. Okay, I'm going to do the other side and then I will be back. I curled most of this other side. The rest of it is just mostly my natural hair with a little bit of my extensions in it. And I'm curling this the exact same way that I did the other side. This section has a little bit more layers than the rest of my hair, so I have to be a little bit more careful. And then again, this last little section by my face I'm curling a little bit more loosely. Okay. Okay, so that's where we are at when it is freshly curled. From here, once everything has cooled down and set in place, I'm going to go ahead and brush through my hair again. Not too intensely. This is another way that kind of helps the extensions to blend better with my natural hair. Okay, then I'm just going to spray a little bit of my camera hairspray. This is the Kenra 25 volume spray, focusing mainly on the lower part of my hair and just a tiny bit in the roots. And then one last thing that I am going to add to my hair, I personally, the first day that I wash my hair, it's so slippy and silky, which is not a bad thing, but it's just very, very clean. I like my hair to feel a little bit dirtier, if that makes sense. So I like to spray a little bit of this on here because it gives you kind of that second day hair feel. I focus this mainly at the roots for volume, and then just everywhere else to kind of help separate my curls more. And this is something that I absolutely love for my extensions or for my natural hair. I actually really don't love the way my natural hair looks without using this. I absolutely love this hairstyle because it does hold for a couple of days. I always sleep with my hair just back in a low ponytail, and then that way when I take it out in the morning I still have that curl and don't have to heat style my hair as much. I also love this because I'm able to accomplish this in like less than 15 minutes because I'm not sectioning off my hair as much and I'm not holding the curling iron on as long. So it's a really quick hairstyle if you're kind of crunched for time but still need something a little bit put together fancy. Oh yay, we can put the hoops back in. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and all of those good things if you would like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!